What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Right now we're going to be talking about the first golden ticket that's been created. EA Sports doesn't even realize what happened. A 97 overall card from the MCS that Henry created. Shout out to him for winning that $250,000. That was beautiful to see. Love seeing these young men go out there and compete. But better than that, he created a card that is probably going to be one of the more dominant cards in the game. To me, I'm calling it a golden ticket because the only other card that this guy has is a silver, right? So the dude's name is Colin Johnson, right? I'm going to show you the numbers on it, and I'm going to explain to you guys why you should consider him a golden ticket right now, and then we'll go over it. Now, depending on how you guys are with the MCS and watching the tournaments, a lot of you guys already have everything that you need for him. Some of us don't. Like, for instance, for me, I don't link my account, so I don't have it. It is what it is. I'm trying to see. He was there earlier. Maybe somebody bought him. I don't know why anybody would actually buy him. Or maybe they bought him and put him up for more, I guess. I don't know what this is. What is he? He's a silver, right? So, I don't see him there. He was here earlier, though. Oh, there he is. All right, so this is the card that he created, but it's a 97 overall. And like I said, this is what we're going to look at right now. 6'6", 222, play for several teams. But he has certain ability slots in his buckets for his card. I think for all intensive purposes, for those of you guys that are able to get him, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to try to get him. He doesn't have a power-up right now. Maybe EA is delaying his release at the time of this video because he doesn't have a power-up and they want to give a bypass. But this is how he looks as a silver. Now, I'm going to bring up how he looks right now. Okay? So that's the way his card is right now. He goes from what he was on the previous screen to a 96 speed, 95 jump, 95 catch, 94 catch in traffic, 96 spec, 94 short route, 94 mid, 96 deep. Now, this by far is an unbelievable card because of the height and weight. Because you got to remember, EA Sports didn't give us Harold Carmichael yet, right? A 6'8" wide receiver. It's a reason why they're not doing it, because I'm probably the only person that you're going to run into in the game that's looking to moss you every single snap, but you do have more of an advantage because your players are bigger. Like, that's just something that is within the game itself, and people don't seem to understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying, as far as the height factor goes? But this card is unbelievably glitched. All right? So regardless of what you guys are trying to do with it, and again, you don't have to buy the silver card. Even if they do release the power-up, a silver won't go into the power-up, so people are just trying to sell his card or do whatever with it. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to go that crazy with it, just so you guys know. But I wanted you guys to see it so you can kind of understand what's going on before we go over to, what's really going on within the game itself, okay? So look, let's go over now, all right? We're going to go and we're going to take a look at the actual MCS sets. Now, the only two cards that you can, alternatively create. I don't know why I just got tongue-tied on that. Yeah, so with the what is it? Not the Michael Vick. It's the Randy Moss and the Derwin James. See, these two cards, I believe we can power them up to that point because this guy went into the actual set. And a lot of us that knew about it, you guys knew about it. You guys sold off your regular Randy and added this guy in. So you should be able to probably make this card, and then obviously the Derwin James had a bypass. For those of you guys that didn't know, they said you get back all the cards that you put into it. They just have yet to actually complete the set. So with the way that it is right now currently, we don't see it. The only good thing that can probably happen is that they do give him a power-up, because then everybody is going to be happy. The people that just put it in and get the card, that's fine, but everybody else, we should be willing to spend to get the card. Like put it like this, right? I want this card, so I'm willing to spend. And I think Henry designed this card just for me, bro. He didn't know it when he was doing it, but he designed it just for me. Obviously, it was for him. He probably saw something in it with the height of the players, but it is what it is. So with that situation right there, for those of you guys that did not get your MCS tokens, or you were sort of completed and you didn't get it, I don't know what to tell you. More than likely, you're not going to be able to go ahead and get it through this situation. But we did create some tweets about it, and a lot of you guys stepped up. We got a lot of people that retweeted it and tried to figure out a way that maybe they can do a store offer or add, create a power up, do a training bypass like the other players. Because some of you guys that are unfamiliar with the whole training bypass situation, let me first show you this though. We got Randito Moss, but we got the other guy, Derwin Jamington. All right, so look, with him right here, right? When you get to the last part, you see it in bold, like right there. Well, it's not bold, just white letters. Add this player's MCS item to upgrade ratings or add training. So that's what people mean by the bypass. The problem is, right? If you get the card, like say for instance, you get the card to do the power up. If you watched all those things, you probably are going to be happy with not having to use training as the final thing, or you'll just be still mad that everybody else was able to get it after you had to sit through those MCS, all the MCS tournaments, right? So everybody is not going to be happy with the outcome, but the bottom line is every card, depending, like no matter what the version is, sort of like this, right? You see how we got the 92 Moss and you had the option of watching to get a version of it, or Tyreek Hill? There should always be another option because everybody should be able to get every card. You're gonna have to pay for it. And EA is good at making us do that, so it's not that big of a deal. You don't really get anything for free. Soon, to turn the game on, you're probably gonna have to pay. But that's not what it's about. What it's about right now is how we're gonna get our hands on this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, with the way that this is working right here, what is this right here? Okay, so this Randito Moss, I thought they changed it on his, on the actual thing, because he goes to a 94. So his actual most feared was like a, what was it, like a 93 or something like that? So yeah, and then the actual card that they gave you was a 92, and you were able to put it into the power-up, I believe. So however that works, it doesn't have it in the writing there. To try to put it together without getting the MCS tokens is going to be it's going to be impossible. The only way we're going to be able to do something about it is, pretty much they're going to have to give us another alternative way to get that card. Now, this is why I don't believe that EA Sports is only going to make that card available for people that watch the MCS. Number one, it doesn't make any sense because they're going to actually not make as much as they can make off of it. That's number one. Number two, they've done this in the past. Remember last year they had I think this is the first time that they created the player, because I think they would just make a player for us in the past, right? But even if you didn't have the MCS tokens before, you had another way of getting the card that EA Sports created, which is why I know somehow, some way, when they do this and he comes into the game, everybody is going to have access to it. All right, and I showed you the numbers on him and pretty much can explain to you guys now why I think he's a golden ticket. Number one, because he has the different ability slots. The one knock on Calvin is that he's physical, right? So if you wanted to give him deep out, it costs 2 as opposed to 1 on a deep threat. Well, that Colin Johnson has both, right? So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a 6'6" monster. This guy's a 6'5" monster. Both over 220 pounds. So it doesn't really matter. You see like how Calvin's run block, where is it? It's like a 62. He's very, very stupid out there when he's trying to run block, and sometimes he'll avoid people. But my God, when he latches onto you, you're not going anywhere. You're just going to sit there and take what he's doing to you. And that's pretty much it, because he has the weight and he has the size, right? Also, you see his spec catch, over 95, final tier. Let me bring it back up for you again so you guys understand what's going on and we all have the assessment. Now you're looking at a guy that's also 98 speed with all the similar numbers. Like, you gotta kind of throw off the jump because the jump is 95, so it's at the, it's at the final tier. 95 to 99 is the same thing with the exception of speed, right? As far as the other attributes go, but he has everything else. The 96 spec, he has all that other stuff. So it doesn't really matter. He's gonna play like a boss and be a savage. So like I said, guys, we're going to take a look at how EA does it whenever they choose to release it, and we'll figure it out. But you're going to pretty much have two Johnsons, no pun intended. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. Until next time, one love, y'all.